Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're rounding out the fourth wave of Dragon Star series figures with Super Saiyan Rose, Goku Black, and Zamasu from Dragon Ball Super. These guys look really, really cool. I love the pink hair that they did over here for Rose, Goku Black. I'm very excited to finally finish wave 4 here so that we can build the Fusion Zamasu. As you can see here, I was just missing the 2 legs, which I now have. Previously, we took a look at SS Blue Vegeta. So now we are rounding out the 4th wave. I don't know, some people call all of this the 2nd wave, some people call this the 3rd wave, and this the 4th wave, because technically that's how they're released. They're released 3 at a time. So depending on what you'd like to call it, it is the 2nd Build-A-Figure, but the 4th release wave? I guess it does say Series 4 up here, so there you go. The box never lies. So in any case, these guys look cool. You can see you get some additional fists, these cool sword beam pieces for their hands, which are really cool, and then the legs for the Build-A-Figure. So pretty cool picks here on the side. I like that a lot. I was really excited with Zamasu because if you look on the back of the box, he definitely looks much darker green, closer to Piccolo, and that just doesn't look right for that character, and I was kind of bummed. But in person, you can see he is a much lighter green, so this is much more screen accurate to the anime. Very, very cool. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get these 2 out of the box so we can take a closer look. Here they both are out of the packaging, and I have to say, I really like both of these a lot. I knew I was going to love Goku Black, but I actually like Zamasu a lot more than I thought I was going to. Goku Black looks really, really good. I love the head sculpt. I love the paint for the rose hair. You have the cool purple eyes. He's got the 1 Potara earring. Really, really well done. I think that's really excellent. He's got, of course, the costume that he wears. He's pretty much got the standard articulation. He's got the time ring on his finger, which is nice attention to detail. Same articulation that these usually have. They kind of have what I call like the figure art wrists, where it's like a ball joint that also has like a wrist swivel, kind of an up and down hinge, and then the hands are on a ball joint. You have 2 joints in the elbow. You have a shoulder joint that's pretty normal, but because of you have this soft plastic piece in here to, be part of the, I guess, gi, for lack of a better term, the outfit that he wears. So that hinders movement just a tiny bit, but really not so much that you'd notice. You can kind of move it around as you go. You have a waist swivel, plus you have front and back. It's kind of like a ball joint here in the hip. And then you have the kind of normal joint for the leg. Now, he has this little skirt as part of his shirt, which hinders it a little bit, but you can still get some good movement there. Just if he's doing like a high kick, you'd have to kind of move the figure. He can't stand and high kick, unfortunately. The one thing I will say is the 2 joints in the knees are weird, and it's because of the baggy pants, and I can see what they're going for, but they're just a little weird. You have to make sure, like you can see how there's kind of a hard angle right here, and you have to make sure when you're bending the knee that clears. You can see what I'm talking about right here, like that. So you do still have the 2 joints there. You just kind of have to be careful when you're, moving. And then when he does kick, like, it looks a little weird. I don't know. I see what they're going for. And if he's just standing there, the legs look great. But I feel like there's just a little weird with the knee joints, but not a deal breaker by any stretch. I really do think Goku Black looks pretty fantastic. He comes with some extra hands. Obviously comes with 2 fists. Again, has the time ring, which is nice attention to detail. And then he's got one of these blade swords. And how this works is you just pop the hand off and pop this on instead. So if we were going to pop off this hand, and I apologize because it's difficult to do. So you can see what I'm talking about with the joints. There's a up and down movement here, and then a tiny little ball joint. And then you would just go ahead and pop this on instead. Which, again, is a little hard. I'm always afraid I'm going to break it. But so there you go. So then you can pose him I think it looks a little weird because on the cartoon you can clearly see the hand inside still, and this really just kind of looks like he's got a weird sword arm. I don't know. I see what they're going for, and they did it as best as they could, and it doesn't look terrible. It really doesn't, especially from far away. Like if you just have it on a shelf and you're just looking at it, I think it would look fine. But then when you get a little closer, it kind of looks a little weird to me. But I'm gonna attempt to take this off and get this hand back on here. The ball joints are just very tight. There we go. That actually wasn't too bad. So yeah, I love Goku Black. I think the head sculpt is definitely my favorite part. And that beautiful metallic-ish pink paint that they used for the rosé hair is just really well done, in my opinion. It's like the Super Saiyan blue hair. Really nicely done. Moving on to Zamasu. Again, nice. Now he's got two Potara earrings, so this is kind of more like Zamasu when he's hanging out with Goasu, because he does have the two earrings in that case. And they're orange, whereas usually when he's hanging out with Goku Black, they both have one green on the same left ear, so they don't merge until they do. We'll get there in a minute. But I definitely like this outfit. I think, this outfit of the Kai's works well. Now, of course, it does hinder his leg articulation quite a bit, almost to the point that I feel like, what's the point? I mean, you're not going out to the side. You're really not going front to back. But I feel like Zamasu doesn't really do a lot of kicking on the show, so I kind of don't mind. He's got the same, same wrist joint in the ankle, same as Goku Black. He's got the same kind of weird knee joint, but again, I don't even really bother bending his knees because you don't need to. He's just going to stand there. But he's got the bicep swivel. He's got the shoulder joint. He's got the double elbow, the wrists we already talked about, and then you have the ball joint for the head. I think the head sculpt for him is really, really good. They did a great job with the hair. His expression is perfect. His Potara earrings are very nice. I like him a lot. I think they did a really nice job with this guy. I really like him a lot more than I thought I was going to. He comes with some extra hands as well. So this is what the hand looks like underneath the sword. I almost kind of wish they came with a hand like this and then this piece could fit over top, because I think that would look a lot better than just connecting this directly. That's just my opinion. But he also comes with one of these. This is actually his. You can see it's slightly different than the one that comes with Goku Black. Goku Black's is a little bit lighter. But they each have one of those. He's got two normal open hands, and then he's, of course, got this hand I already showed you. So he comes with a decent amount of accessories, which is pretty cool. They also both come with a leg, and these legs, again, have the same weird joint going on, so just be careful with that. But otherwise, they have the same articulation, that same kind of wrist joint in the ankle, and then the double knee. And then, of course, this will connect to ball joints from the other parts of the Build-A-Figure, which we will get to momentarily. But yeah, I really like both of these. I definitely think Goku Black Rosé is my favorite out of the two, just because I love that hair. But I think they really did a nice job with Zamasu. When I first was thinking about buying this wave, I considered not getting Zamasu, but then because he came with a leg, I was like, well, I have to. There's no way I'm going to have a one-legged Build-A-Figure. But I'm glad I picked him up, because I really do like him a lot more than I expected. So I really recommend both of these guys. I think they look pretty excellent, especially Goku Black Rosé. He's my favorite out of the two, but they're both great. Let's go ahead and get on to the Build-A-Figure. Alright, so we have to perform a little surgery here. I'm going to go ahead and take this piece out, because I really do think it's going to be easier to attach these like this. There we go. Snap on. Wow, that really hurt my thumb. That's weird. I almost like popped my thumb out of its joint. These really do take a little bit of effort. There we go. They snap in nice and solid though. They're not going anywhere once they're done. And they do have that kind of like, you can push it down a little bit, push it up, so you can get the good kicks and stuff out of this. But once you go ahead and pop this on like we're about to do, that's all going to go away, unfortunately. Alright, so I really have to make sure that this comes all the way down. You can see that there's kind of a shape, like a box with a tiny little nub on the top. And you can see how that fits perfectly on there. So you really do have to make sure that this goes all the way in, which it's of course not wanting to do now that the legs are connected. Well, I definitely have this on correctly, right? I'm assuming that's on. And now we just attach this to this. Alright, I'm going to have to play with this a little bit off camera to make sure I can get this on, but this is why I wanted to snap these on, because there would have been no way to get them to snap on once this was already on here. Okay, so I finally got them together, but it really was quite difficult. Getting the ball joint on the top of the waist to connect into the bottom of the torso with this skirt on was very difficult, but I eventually did get it to pop on there. His giant arm makes him a little top heavy, and really his skirt is somehow even worse than Zamasu's skirt when it comes to hindering leg posability. I mean, you can get a little bit, but it's kind of weird. And then you have normal shoulder joint, so that can go out to the side. You have the bicep swivel, you have the double jointed elbow, you have the normal wrist here. This guy is literally just out to the side, shoulder, double jointed elbow, and then this arm is one solid piece with the time ring. I think it's really cool that that's still there. And then you have the head sculpt, which has the silver Super Saiyan-esque hair with the Zamasu head, and the kind of purple side. They both have two green Potara earrings there. So I think it's a great looking figure. They definitely did a nice job with it. Just a little difficult to assemble, and the arm does make him a little top heavy, but you can definitely get a pose where he'll stand, because you're not really doing too many crazy kicks with him because his legs are hindered because of the skirt. But you can definitely get him to stand, and he looks good. So there's that. Then here we have Zamasu and Rose Super Saiyan Goku Black. So these are the two that fuse into this guy. I think it's kind of cool. It's like his color scheme with his outfit. So they took elements from both of that, and then obviously their hair kind of went together, which is pretty cool too. So it's a neat fusion form. I like it a lot. It's definitely a cool build-a-figure, so I'm kind of glad that was included. I'm glad I completed the whole set, because it's definitely a neat form to have, and I think doing it as a build-a-figure was a good idea, because you probably wouldn't normally buy this on its own, but it's nice to have, and it's good to have it completed as a build-a-figure. So I think it's great. Again, if you can pick these guys up, I definitely recommend them. I'm going to go ahead and boom, drop the boxes back here for a little bit of backdrop. But yeah, these guys are really cool. I like them a lot. I recommend them. I really have been impressed with the Dragon Star series. All of the figures so far across 4 waves or 2 Build-A-Figure waves, whatever you'd like to say it. I've really been impressed with all of them so far, and I'm excited to see what's going forward with the next one. I know for certain there's a Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, so I'm very excited for that. I think there's an adult Gohan. I think there's probably a gold Frieza as well. And then there's 3 ones that I'm not incredibly familiar with. I think one of them is the Super Saiyan from the Tournament Saga. That's from the other universe that Vegeta goads into going Super Saiyan. One of them is a character, I have no idea who it is. And then the last one is... oh, the Kaioken version of Goku Super Saiyan Blue. They like kind of made... he's kind of has like a red tone to his skin and his costume and everything to show that he's also Kaioken. It's not that great. I might get the gold Frieza. I definitely want the Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. The rest of the line doesn't impress me that much. But we'll see. I mean, if the Build-A-Figure is something amazing, who knows. But I'm glad I completed this wave. All the figures were really great. The Build-A-Figure was fun. So I recommend up to at least the complete 4th wave. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.